Most people who visit the area around Mount Fuji come for the view, but sitting right at its base is a forest that most tourists never think twice about, and probably should. Locals call it the Sea of Trees, and what makes it unusual is that the entire thing grew on top of a hardened lava field left behind by Mount Fuji's last major eruption. But that's not why people talk about it. The reason people talk about it is much darker. Over the years, the Sea of Trees became one of the most well-known places in the world where people go to end their lives. Walk far enough in and finding a body is not as unlikely as you'd think. The Japanese government placed a sign at the entrance that reads, "Quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone and first reach out." The fact that that sign has to exist says everything about this place. In July of 2017, a YouTuber named Burbex walked into the forest with a camera and documented everything he came across. The first few minutes are completely normal, just trees, footsteps, nothing alarming, but then, barely any distance from the road, he finds an abandoned bicycle sitting just off the path.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time. What do we got in here? And there's a packet for a knife. I think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here, and I'm not sure what this means.
That alone shifts the mood of the entire video, but what he finds on the bike is what makes it truly disturbing. Inside the bag is an empty package for a kitchen knife, brand new, freshly open, no knife inside. And nearby a note on a plastic bag stamped with a mark from the local Fujiyoshida police station, confirming that officers had already been to that exact spot and logged it as part of an active case. Someone rode their bike into that forest, left everything behind, and kept walking. The Japanese government has spent years trying to address what keeps happening inside those trees. Cameras at the entrance, trained volunteers along the trails, regular patrols. None of it has been enough. And the constant media attention, documentaries, films, viral videos, has arguably made things worse by turning the forest into something people feel drawn to rather than warned away from. What Burbex found that day reflects a pattern that search and rescue professionals call the terminal trail split. When someone enters a remote forest with a final and deliberate intent, they go through a process of leaving things behind, personal belongings, valuable items, things that would never be abandoned under normal circumstances, at a specific point along the trail just before they decide not to turn back. It is a deliberate act of disconnecting from the world they are leaving behind. And by the time anyone finds what was left there, it is almost always already far too late. On December 29th, 2023, a YouTuber named Tiaz and two friends drove out to the edge of a forested area in Belgium with a simple plan. Find an abandoned campsite hidden somewhere deep within the woods and film it for their next urban exploration video. But even before they reached the site, something truly terrifying happened. The moment they stepped out of the car, loud barking erupted from somewhere deep within the trees. At the entrance to the path, they noticed a fallen tree blocking the way with a disturbing message written across it. "Private, this is a space of prayer. Please respect the space." Behind it stood another sign warning, "Beware." Tiaz mentioned that none of these warnings had been there the last time he visited. Despite the growing unease, they stepped over the trunk and continued deeper into the forest. Moments later, an eerie creaking sound echoed around them as if a door somewhere was slowly opening.
Die deur, die wint niet. Ik hoorde zo...
Nee, dat was een beest.
Zeker?
Ja.
Oh,
Nee.
waar is dat?
Dat was een deur.
Dat is een deur, hè?
Hallo?
Kun je de wind ook gaan, ja.
Waarschijnlijk zo.
Oh, maat.
Hallo? Mogen wij hier binnenkomen? Moet je een bof nog wachten, joh.
Dit is zo creepy, maat.
Concerned they might be trespassing, the three friends tried to find another way in, following a nearby trail, hoping to avoid restricted property. But soon they came across another obstacle. A large tree wrapped in red and white caution tape with a freshly posted sign reading "No access, private area under camera surveillance." Still, curiosity outweighed fear, and the three friends climbed over the barrier and ventured further into the unsettling woods, completely unaware of what was about to happen next.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Dat is toch niet mijn auto of zo, hè? Lamp aan of niet? Hallo? 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 What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey!
Then, while they paused to adjust their lights, a woman in a white dress suddenly emerged from the absolute darkness, walking quickly toward them, and she was holding an axe. Panic broke out immediately. The woman, who appeared to be in a trance or possessed, was later taken into police custody. The three YouTubers, shocked and exhausted, drove home in complete silence. They later described the experience as a traumatic, life-threatening encounter that left a lasting mark on their memories. Though they escaped without physical harm, the memory of that night and of the woman in white remains a haunting reminder that some abandoned places are best left alone. Now here's the thing. Every instinct in that moment tells you to turn and run as fast as you can. But that instinct can actually be one of the most dangerous things you do. Criminal psychologists have identified a specific pattern in people who are in an aggressive, dissociated state called the predatory motion trigger. The moment someone turns their back and runs, whatever hesitation the aggressor had left disappears instantly, and they commit fully to the chase. The safer move is to back away slowly while keeping your entire body facing them. Eyes on their chest, not their face. Make yourself look steady and unmovable. Running tells their brain to chase. Standing your ground while slowly retreating is what actually disrupts that instinct. Kyle Burgess was out for a morning jog on a trail in Provo, Utah, when he spotted what he thought was a baby bobcat sitting on the path ahead of him. He pulled out his phone to film it, except it wasn't a bobcat, it was a baby cougar. And before Kyle had fully processed that, the mother stepped onto the trail right behind it. What followed was 6 unbroken minutes of one of the most terrifying wildlife encounters ever recorded on a personal camera.
You! Oh, 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 oh. No! Get the f away! Get the f away! Go! 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 No! No! Go away! Go away! Please go away! Oh! Oh! Nice and slow. Come on! Ah!
The mother cougar stalking Kyle back down that mountain trail, lunging forward every single time he made even the smallest mistake. To his credit, Kyle did most things right. He kept his body large, voice loud, retreat slow and steady, but every single time his eyes dropped to check his footing, even for a fraction of a second.
No, you face, dude. I'm trying to attack you, your eyes are looking away from you. Dude. No, go away.
The cougar immediately closed the gap, not gradually, instantly. At one point, she got within just a few feet of him before he held his ground again. The whole thing ended when Kyle grabbed a rock and threw it at her, startling her just enough to send her back into the trees. 6 full minutes, and the difference between a close call and something much worse came down entirely to his ability to stay composed. Wildlife experts call what that footage shows flank exploitation. A stalking predator isn't just following you, it is constantly reading your mistakes. Every time your attention breaks, every moment you look away, the animal's instincts read it as a signal to move. The attack that nearly connected came directly from a single glance downward. If you are ever in that situation, hold your jacket wide open above your head to make yourself look bigger. Keep your eyes locked on the animal without breaking. And throw rocks directly at the animal's paws, not above the head, not to the side, specifically at the paws. If you've ever come across the Dog Daddy on YouTube, you know exactly what the channel is about. Dog training, breed behavior, obedience work, calm, straightforward content. Nothing about it prepares you for what ended up happening in one of his videos. During the day, a woman showed up at his property unannounced, claiming she had heard about his black German Shepherds and wanted to see them. He found it odd immediately and started recording.
Sorry, what'd you just say?
I heard you had these beautiful black German Shepherds here, so I came down to say hi.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Is it okay if I come in? Just for a quick second.
Oh, no, we don't really allow visitors in.
I came a long way just to...
How'd you even know they were here?
Somebody told me. This is where you...
How did you
guys
get
are.
here? How did you get here?
I walked from all the way down the road. Someone dropped me off.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't really allow visitors. We just moved in, and these dogs, they're out here with me now. They're friendly, but we have some rescue dogs and even protection dogs and behind the other gate over there. So, we don't really have a open door policy.
I'm really great with dogs. Is it okay if I meet them? You'll see, I'll show you.
No, if these guys, they're out, if they want to come say hi at the gate, it's okay, but we don't really have any visitors on the property.
I mean, this is like the only... There's like...
No, don't open the gate. Like I said, the dogs in the back, they are not as friendly as the ones that are out here, so please don't open the gate.
I'll show you. It's just going to be a quick second.
No, not today. Maybe another time, but we're not allowing visitors. And I don't even know how he got here.
I told you I came down the road. Listen. Fuck you.
Can you just go off the gate?
I thought you were nice. I just wanted to say hi to your dog.
No, we are nice. We just don't allow visitors on the property.
He explained calmly that he doesn't allow visitors onto the property. He keeps different types of dogs there, some friendly, others trained for protection and rescue work, and it simply isn't open to strangers. The woman wouldn't accept that. She stayed at the gate, kept pushing, kept trying to find a way in. Eventually she left. He probably figured that was the end of it. It wasn't. A few nights later, his dogs woke the property up with sharp, urgent barking, not restlessness, but genuine alarm. He went outside with a flashlight and found the same woman standing there in the dark on his property.
Listen, you need to leave now. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna let them out. It's midnight. What are you doing here? Leave now. It's midnight. We're not playing any more games. You are agitating my dogs. I told you late at night my guard dogs are out, and they're out. I'm not gonna be babysitting. You broke into the property at 3 in the morning.
Is that what you mean?
They're gonna come out.
I just came to bless you and your dog.
You need to leave now. You need to leave now. I'm letting them out. Don't come any closer. I'm gonna let them out.
You don't have to let them out.
I'm gonna let them out.
Don't do that.
They're here and they're waiting.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna leave. The police has been looking for 4 days now. There's no one around. This is my place. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know where you're coming from.
I just came to bless you.
I'm letting my dogs out.
Don't do that.
She disappeared.
When he confronted her, she told him she had come back to bless his dogs, middle of the night, private property, after already being turned away once. The trainer kept his composure but made absolutely clear the dogs were not going back inside until she left. What that woman was displaying has a name in behavioral psychology: boundary dissolution. Simply put, it is when someone genuinely does not recognize locked gates, firm refusals, or even aggressive guard dogs as real stopping points. A locked gate is just an inconvenience, A clear no is simply a misunderstanding. A guard dog is something to be won over. If someone ever shows up on your property at night, framing their presence as innocent or spiritually motivated, do not let that lower your guard. It is being used to test exactly how close they can get before you actually stop them. In February of 2018, a man named Greg Harris uploaded a GoPro video of an ATV ride on a wooded trail. The first few seconds looked completely normal. Trees on both sides, engine running, dirt track underneath. Then in the blink of an eye, everything changes. Strung between two trees directly across the trail at almost exact head height was a metal wire. It caught Greg's helmet before he even saw it coming, snapped his neck violently backward, and broke on impact. A few inches lower, and Greg Harris doesn't make it home that day. This kind of trap being set on off-road trails is something the dirt bike and ATV community has been dealing with for years. Some are placed by landowners trying to keep riders off their property. Others come from people fed up with trail noise who have decided violence is somehow the answer. And some have no motive at all beyond wanting to hurt a stranger. What saved Greg was his speed and the wire striking his helmet rather than his throat, causing it to snap. A slightly different angle, and this story ends very differently. Trail safety researchers call this placement strategy proximity deterrence. These wires are almost never set on a straight, open section of trail. They go up right after a sharp bend or beneath heavy tree canopy where shifting light makes a thin wire completely invisible to anyone moving above walking pace. By the time it enters your field of vision, you are already through it. The only real defense is a vertical steel wire catcher bar fixed to the front of your vehicle, purpose-built to catch the tension of the wire and snap it before it ever reaches the height of your body. If you ride off-road regularly, that bar is not something to overlook. The Stealth Diggers YouTube channel is all about metal detecting and digging up historical artifacts buried in forests and fields. Patient, methodical content where the payoff is occasionally pulling something genuinely old out of the ground. In one particular video, the discovery was something neither of them was prepared for. They were deep in a wooded area working through the soil, finding items here and there. A normal day for the channel. Then one of them stopped completely. Both went quiet. Standing on top of a large, solid boulder, they were picking up a sound coming from directly underneath it, not faint or easy to dismiss.
Yeah, come check this out. Wow! Isn't that cool?
Heavy, clear scratching, the kind that tells you immediately something physical is moving around beneath that rock, right below their feet. The creator said on camera he had absolutely no idea what could be making that sound. And listening to him, you can tell that is not a performance.
Are you listening to the ground? What do you hear?
There's noise coming up from under the rock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I heard it a little bit more a few minutes ago, but
Like animal noise or?
like movement. Right about here. I'm serious. Oh.
There's definitely something under there.
Let's see if we can pick it up. So you definitely hear that, right?
Oh yeah. There's something digging around in there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you were eating. I was like, you're talking, but I'm like, something going on.
Most people assumed it was a burrowing animal working through a tunnel system under the surface. But heavy rhythmic scratching that transmits directly upward through a solid, dense rock is far more consistent with an enclosed underground void, an old forgotten mining shaft, a historical hideout, or a subterranean crawl space completely cut off from the surface. And here's the truly terrifying part. If those sounds are localized directly beneath a heavy rock like that, the entity generating them is trapped in absolute darkness, and your footsteps above are the only external stimuli it has sensed in years.